Hey chat, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to this very, very impromptu stream. I didn't plan on streaming today, as you can probably guess from the fact that the schedule for this went up literally 10 minutes before I went live. But it was one of those scenarios where I was like, really ought to learn how to use Blender. What better way to do so than live in front of everybody? Because I do find inflicting embarrassment upon myself is quite a good motivator. But also, I just wanted to hang out with everybody. I realized I definitely am not going to be streaming tomorrow. I've got my hospital appointment tomorrow. So I thought, oh, and especially because I'm not going to be GBGing on Saturday this week, unfortunately. So I thought, you know what? It's going to be our last chance to hang out for a couple of days, perhaps. So, yeah, how could I not? Let's say hello before we get started. Let us see who's here. I see a weird guy, LMAO. Huh, I'm LMAOing over here because of a weird guy. Chat, you can't see, but I am LMAOing right now. Hello, a weird guy. Chalupa Joe's here. Chalupa Joe, if you think about it, Blender is homework of a kind. So you're just doing a different piece of homework. You're learning about the third dimensional. Stinkle32 is here. I don't recognize that name. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay here today. Grape Juice TV is about to try Blender. Let's see how we get on, Dallas. I'm sure you will do a better job than me. Someone Unknown's here. Not Freddy Killer. 100 is here. Voxy's here. Hey, Voxy. Red. Mr. O. Someone, I appreciate your message. I am going to have to hide it. How is my lung? My lung seems to be doing fine. It's about the same, honestly. I can't tell. The visit tomorrow will probably answer a few more questions. Oh, it's Jimbo. Okay, Jimbo by a new name. Hey, Jimbo. Let's get into this. Our musical accompaniment tonight is brought to you live from Dreamcast Studio. I found a really great playlist. 4 hours of Dreamcast songs. Been on a weird little Dreamcast kick these last few days. What a console, what a system. Hey, Red Shell 9. Alright, let's do this. Where's the button? Where on this computer is the button? Oh, there we go. This is a good start. I can't even find the button to switch to the desktop. This is boding well for for Blender, a infinitely more complex piece of software than the 5 buttons I have in OBS. Alright, we have a cube. So, I guess I'll quickly start by saying my history with Blender is a long one. However, it's always been a very particular one. That is to say, I've had to use Blender on a number of projects before. Like right back to when I was in college. Or I guess university, actually. I wasn't really using it in college. In university. And I would always just like do the thing, just barely do the thing I needed to do. And only with the help of like a tutorial video by my side. I have never successfully done anything other than replicating something in a tutorial video. I feel like I cannot retain the information, and also I don't know anything about 3D. You know, it's a whole field of knowledge that I am not familiar with. I don't really know what a vertex is. I don't really know what an edge is. I'm not even really convinced I know what a cube is. Voxy says, wow, the way you said tutorial made me realize that tutor is a play on tutor. Voxy, what's tutor's brother's name? That will really blow your mind. So here's what I remember. We need to be in edit mode. And we need to be on, like, face select mode, I guess. This one? Yeah, okay. And then I think E is extrude. Okay, good. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And then I guess, like, there must be hotkeys for these. Is this the edge select? Hey, don't worry, Voxy. You are not a dum-dum. Oh. Okay. So... Okay, so that was a good start. By like 3 things that I remember that you need to do. Be in edit mode. You've got your selection type, so you've got like point selection, edge selection, and face selection. Is that what this is called? Vertex select. Okay. Now I need to remember how you actually... Oh yeah, right. We just can... Once we've selected an edge, we can just move it, I think. So if I go to edge select... There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'm remembering all of this real basic stuff. I can't remember how to, like, subdivide stuff. So I'm not going to set myself any lofty goals here. I'm just going to maybe try and make something real simple. And one thing I would love to figure out, I don't think I remember, is how to bring in a reference image. That might be fun to do if I have a reference image to hand. But for now, let's just maybe... I might try and make a little boot. Little shoe. Why? I'm not really sure. Came to my mind. So I'll probably get the order of things wrong here. If you are knowledgeable in 3D modeling or Blender generally, apologies in advance. As all things, I am not an expert or a master or even vaguely competent. Where is mirroring? I bet there's a mirror tool. This is probably it. Yes. That should be, I think, Z mirroring. Good. So let's see whether this works. No. It did not. Oh, on the wrong... That was the wrong axis, that's why. I want to do it on the Y. I want it on the X. The only one I didn't try. Classic. Hey, there we go. Look at this. Symmetry. Something we do not have in Paint 3D, which might be the best piece of 3D modeling software ever made, but it doesn't have symmetry, which is a problem. Welcome to the world of trapezoids. In a world where everyone's a trapezoid, one man became a circle. I just woke up and I was a circle. Gary, get out of here. This family's been trapezoids since my grandfather trapped his zoids. No, I'm really feeling it, Dad. I'm a circle. You're no son of mine, Gary. I can't do bits. Bits won't save me from having to model here. Ooh, hang on, wait. Give me that Y symmetry. Hey, Vari. Look at this. That's a shoe right there. If ever I saw one. Why did I pick a shoe? Voxy says, well, I have to carry on this stream. Also, only time will tell. No. I'm gonna ace this. Tube says, be bad so we can see the bunny. Okay, let's see if I can do some subdivision. I don't even know where you would begin on this. Maybe you go like face and then... Oh! Good start. And I wonder how you would close that. If you wanted to. Can you? Or is that an illegal move? Unsubdivide. Ugh! Don't oh dear me, Voxy. This is definitely fine. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is good. Oh. This definitely feels like it's almost certainly forbidden geometry right here. Mr. O says, when did you get this version of Polygon Studio? This is the HD remaster Nintendo just put out. It's great. It's surprising lack of Mario, though. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's undo all of this. We're learning. So, let's imagine... Oh, wait, can I do it on an edge? That would make sense, right? I can subdivide an edge. But then if I subdivide this edge, it doesn't... So I'm remembering, like, most of this is coming from Polygon Studio, which is maybe not a good sign. But I guess I could then... Uh-oh, that didn't work how I expected. What's a loop? I seem to remember a loop being a thing. Okay, so let's reset that. Okay, good stuff. Selected both edge. Edge split? No. Yeah, I got loopies on the brain. Loop, cut, and slice. What are you? What is this point I created? Okay. Hey, Lucian. Glad to hear my timing is perfect. In your case. Thanks, Red Sail. Yeah, I like this playlist a lot. Okay, so let's go back to the cube. We learned how to make a little trapezoid. I don't have any more undos left, so let's make a new general. Don't save. So I suppose maybe we should go back into face mode. One Eye says, what are we making? Nothing yet, we're just doing a little bit of learning. We might end up making something, but it will almost certainly be a nightmare. We do. So I've subdivided all of the faces. So we could make a little thing here, which I guess again is probably very bad. I don't think we should be doing that. Hey Voxy, if you are up for it, I would of course like some tutorage. Yeah. Of course, no pressure. I will continue to stumble my way through if not. Huh. Wait, I thought my E worked. Oh, it did work. Okay, good. Yeah, take your time, Voxy, for sure. So E is good. E is very, very good. We didn't have... it wasn't that long since we had a Paint 3D stream, Lucian, where we made the new Constructopia character. That wasn't too long ago. So yeah, the big thing here is like, I wonder how I split faces in a non-nightmarish way. Cut mesh, loop, and slice it. Okay. Okay, that's okay. So now what I could do is, if I mirror on the X and Y and select these edges, I guess I could bring this all in separately from the bottom, and that's far more legal than my illegal move before. Okay, nice. So then I suppose, can I loop down the top here? I probably shouldn't be using the loop tool, honestly. And then if I select this stuff here, can I just extrude this? Okay, wait. I guess if I select this, can I now just extrude out? It's weird, it's doing the extrusion based on which way I'm looking. That must be something I can fix. Oh, it's a giraffe. I've made a great, what are those things called? Like pedestrian overpasses. I've made the staircase up. It's got a nice rain cover. The bridge hasn't been built yet, but it is this unique strutless design. Okay, let me go back to object mode and move this up so it's not below the ground. Okay, so we don't have that loop on here anymore. So I'm going to add that back. Oh, we do have it. Constructopia building leak, yeah. So I guess I should explain. Obviously, I've been building my characters for Constructopia in Paint 3D. And I do sincerely, without the slightest hint of irony, really love Paint 3D because of its limitations, because of how fast it is to make stuff, and how much it aligns with that sort of 90s pre-rendered video game like artwork that I am trying to replicate. It's a look that I truly love, and it's perfect for that. However, there are certain things that make working with Paint 3D models not great. So, if I can get decent enough with Blender that I can make them in Paint 3D, almost like in their sketch form, and then come in, refine them, make them symmetrical, separate out the colors of like Tutor's hair and Tutor's jacket so that they can be adjusted afterwards, it will make what Voxy and I need to do with them much more feasible. So I do need to learn Blender. And obviously that's not all going to happen in one go. Stingle says, I love, presumably, Paint 3D because Dom Bird. That is true. What did I make Mikey in? I made Mikey in Polygon Studio, and then exported him into Blender, and then used Mixamo to make him do a funny Fortnite dance. Dom messes with the box for 2.5 hours the stream. Probably incredibly accurate, Red Shell. I'm not going to make any promises beyond that. What was the Fortnite dance he did? I don't know. Just a funny dance. I think I literally picked the one called Funny Dance. But Dombird in Mixamo next stream. Unfortunately, the Dombird model didn't get saved, if I remember correctly. Because the Dombird was from the first Paint 3D stream, and I think it got overwritten. Okay, so that's just resizing. So why can I... wonder, how do I prevent the extrusion from happening in relation to my camera position? So E to extrude, but that is definitely going to do it this way. Although it's always extruding the same way, so it's maybe not related to my camera position. No, it's not. Okay, that was an incorrect assumption. Maybe it's to do with which sections I'm selecting. Drag it by the green arrow. That will just stretch everything. Grape juice. That's a good shout, but oh, I know. I think I need to loop this. This is probably so wrong. Again, apologies. So I think I need to... oh yeah, that doesn't look... There we go. Yeah, okay. Maybe this will work. So we're going to go back on face select, try and grab as much of this as possible. Sure. Nope. Blech. Okay, I think I have a solution. So, we're gonna go new. We're gonna get a cube back. And we're gonna try... hello. We're gonna try loop twice on this bad boy. Bam. Bam. Okay, let's do 3. I don't think it will matter. And then we're going to select this face. We're holding Shift or Alt while dragging, see what it does. Okay, good. Now, we are going to do the symmetry that I did before. So that was Y and X. And we're going to do point select on these guys. Oh, no. I want to do edge select, excuse me. And then we're going to bring them in. Yep. Then we're going to do edge select. And we're going to bring them in. And then... ooh. Oh. These fellas here. That's probably not great. We probably don't want that. But I suppose now we could select this object. There must be a shortcut to select. So So I'm trying Shift here, and I'm trying Alt here. That neither of those seem to make a difference. But good shout, grape juice. Right, so I was going to select everything, and then I was just going to elongate. That was going to happen before we even did this. So then, if we now bring this out, oh, a little RPG chest. It did, didn't it? Oh, that would be so fun. When the mimic sees you enter the room. We're eating good tonight, boys. What happens if I pull this point out? Man, I would really like to get good at Blender. I think it would be incredibly fun. I think I'd like to just be making models all the time. Terrible models, but models nonetheless. Wonder, can I hold down Shift to select? I wish I could like paint the faces that I want to select. That again, that must be a thing that you can do. It's probably my own fault for making so many unnecessary subdivisions. Someone? Blender is entirely free, if that's the concern that you had. Looks exactly like a rock in Pikaniku now. Hey Toma, welcome to the stream. Hey Renz, welcome to the stream. Blender is free, someone, yes. We live in a wonderful time of lots of bits of powerful free. Blender is free. I repeat, Blender is free. Hey Toma, I hope you are doing okay. Great to see you in the stream. So I don't think these edges should be sharp like that. I guess I should probably... Let's have a little explore. Here's what I've got. Here's my idea. We're going to do a new one again, which I'll probably be doing a lot while I get to grips with this. We're going to go back into object mode, or sorry, edit mode. And we're going to figure out what some of these tools... So, extrude region seems pretty straightforward. If we select a face here, I believe this will do that. We can replicate that with just selecting the face and then pressing E. That seems to do exactly the same thing. I do remember the E key from what I did before. Lucine says, wow, free modeling software, audio editing software, and video editing software. What a time to be alive. Truly incredible how much we have at our fingertips. Inset faces. Okay. Alright, now we're talking. Ooh, good. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I don't know how yet to use it, though, reliably. I guess maybe I start from further afield? Funny. I can only seem to bring it in that much. That seems good, though. That seems pretty useful. Let's try bevel on this face. Okay, let's maybe try it on this face. pretty good. Pretty quick and convenient. Look at that, we got a pencil. The world's shortest, widest pencil. What's the free editing software? DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. I would highly recommend. I have used Adobe Premiere for many years. Oh yeah, that's looking great. Fantastic. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is really, really good. I've used Premiere for many years, and I'm fortunate that I have access to it. But if I didn't, I would absolutely use DaVinci Resolve. All right, Bunny Lifeline is available. Okay, I'm gonna use my phone a friend perk here. Bear with me just a moment, chat, while I get this set up. Hey Voxy.
Hey Dom.
You're live on air.
Oh my god, so many people. Hey.
Chat, let me know if you can hear Voxy okay. I can adjust him if need be. How you doing, Voxy?
I'm doing pretty good. I just finished trying something fun.
Oh man, in the Discord.
Yeah, it's in art gallery. Hey someone, hey Chalupa.
Can I show this
Hey
off on
Freddy
stream?
Killer. Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Look at this. Look at this, folks. This is incredible, Voxy.
Thank you.
So good. You mentioned that you had this thought.
Yeah. By the way, it's not showing, just in case.
Oh. It's just for me. It's just for me.
Oh, okay.
Here we
Nice.
go. Look at this! Yeah, this rocks. So when's the first episode dropping?
Actually, I have a Kickstarter going.
Nice. Get the team together. Yeah, so Voxy. I decided to boot up Blender, and
Yeah.
I've been like slowly figuring some stuff out, but I feel like you will be like,
What a nice cube you've got.
yeah, I made this all by myself. It's taken me what, an hour, 37 minutes to do this.
Yeah.
So if you have any pointers, I'm sure you will supercharge my knowledge here.
I will certainly try. I might just boot a Blender so I can like
Yeah,
tag
go for
along
it.
and
If you so wished, I could probably figure out a way to insert your screen as well if we wanted to do something like that.
Ooh.
See how we go. Voxy's a bit
Yeah.
quiet. I might be having that.
Oh.
Okay, I've boosted
I will
Voxy.
scream. Oh. Okay, I'll take it easy in case you boosted me too much.
No. I think you're
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
pretty good now.
Nice. I should probably find a way to put chat on my phone just in case. This feels like I'm the one streaming.
I'm gonna continue to explore these tools in Odin.
Right. Wait. Okay, just drop my phone there. That's good. And yeah, I guess I can do a little screen share.
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll bring it up on screen.
Let's just hope it's not like too bad. It's probably gonna be a bit laggy.
If it's too heavy, we can. We don't need.
My computer hasn't caught on fire yet.
Right. Bear with me 1 second, chat, while I get this set up. It switches back over to the start screen quick. Because
I've messed up a scary amount of dumb streams this last like few months.
messed up.
Hey, Great Views. Lucien says, wouldn't trust a Voxy crowdfund. West Game Percent episode 2. Sorry, what's...
Wait a minute.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. You might be mistaking me for another yellow third bunny. I'm Moxie, you know?
I think I'm getting close to.
Alright. Excuse me for a second.
Okay. Might need to shuffle it around occasionally.
Yeah.
Pulls that.
Wow. Look at that. It's like picture in picture.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Give us a wave, Voxy.
Just gonna give you like a 15 FPS orbit, I guess.
I made an inset face on this cube.
Yes.
And I can probably now make this bit taller. Very nice.
Yeah. That will definitely work. So
just make a siren noise anytime I do anything extremely illegal here. This tool feels weird to utilize. Like I must be doing something.
I made you a little cup. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Hang on, I can probably copy you exactly. Oh wait, you did 2 layers, I guess, on the offset.
No.
But how? Impossible.
I just offset once and then I extrude downwards, and it just makes cavity.
Right. Look at this. The button.
Now I can put my can put a monkey in it.
Nice. Look at this.
We're monkeyed up in this this stream.
What's that monkey doing in there?
Just watching. Oh dear. I just made a. Uh-oh. Dom, I broke it.
No. See, this is why you don't put a monkey in a box.
Yeah, exactly. Just a mangled monkey.
Okay, so I have a specific question. For whatever reason, I was like, I'm gonna make a shoe. I don't know why. It's not for any reason, but I'm now fascinated how I would go about this. So,
okay.
Let's say this was vaguely the shape that I wanted, like a low poly boot. This is the starting point. And then but I want it to be longer than it is wide, right? So would I just then do this? Or would I do some kind of subdivision?
So
or
you don't need
should I start from scratch?
Subdivisions.
Okay.
So subdivisions are good if you really need like more geometry to work with. Like if you want to have like curved shapes and stuff. So like for example with this cube, you know, I've got my okay, that's probably not gonna be very visible. How do I change the color on this thing? Oh no. I thought
it looks like we need to call
smart.
someone in for Voxy.
I thought it could be like smart and like, you know, draw stuff. Oh, I guess I can do that. I hope it's easy to see, alright? Because like here, I've just got like a little, you know, you've only got like those 4 points. So if you wanted to deform it, you would have to make it like triangular or something, or a trapezoid shape or something. But if you were to add more geometry, you would be able to. Okay, I'm trying to adjust the colors because I can't see it on the stream. There we go. It's like if you were to add like a cut here, then you would be able to make more interesting shapes. So maybe you want it to go like this and then just, bend in another direction.
Uh-huh.
So it's really a matter of like what you want to do exactly.
Okay.
With your shape. Because if the more edges and vertices you add, the more complicated it will be to get something even,
Right.
It's really easy to kind of mess up the silhouette of your thing. So it would be nice to be able to avoid that.
So, that is useful to know. So let's imagine I wanted to round off the bottom. My immediate instinct is like...
I can unzoom my view now, because...
Oh.
Hey.
Nice. If I wanted to round off the bottom of this...
So round off in what way exactly? Do you have a profile that you want to achieve?
I was just going to inset face here again, but I can't seem to...
Are you? So if you want to inset a face, I think you just press I, and that's a handy little shortcut.
Nice. Great. Oh, perfect. I should stream this to you, but probably suffering.
Yeah, I do have a bit of a lag. I mean, it's not like terrible. Hey, nice.
Hey, Kerr. So yeah, then I could...
I'm not sure. Try and see if I can pop out my stream. It's not showing. Nice. Thanks, Discord. Very nice. Oh, there we go. And stay on top. There we go. That's a funky shoe you've got there.
Thanks. Okay. So then I'd probably want to round off the front.
So how rounded do you want it? This is very chunky, right?
This is fine. This kind of profile for a test. I'm not really building anything, but I'm just trying to imagine how I would...
I'm going to show you a workflow that's pretty common when you do this type of modeling. Oh wait, is it capturing my because I see like a double window kind of
I see
situation
double
there. Is it my...
Oh, that's my own. Okay, let me get this out.
Oh, okay.
Is it now fine? One sec.
This is what happens when you make a mistake.
Every new. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna have to rejig this. Folks,
Oh, I guess maybe you are like capturing my screen share, like on... Like you're capturing like Discord and just cropping it out.
Correct,
and,
yeah. Yeah, for some reason when I
Uh-oh. It's like I can see your OBS feed on my Discord, but I'm not seeing mine. I think you just have to like click it, or do you have it full screened? That might be why. Actually, don't know.
No, it was a problem with an OBS.
Oh, okay. Free software, eh?
I'm certain. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
I mean, it's probably gonna pause again. I need to bring back your thing. There we go. Oh, it's very slow. It's not liking it. Ah, there we go. Hey. Okay, so here you have like a bunch of little icons, little tabs here. There's one which you might find super useful, the modifier tab. That lets you add basically a whole bunch of things, like procedural and I guess non-destructive changes to your model. And one of them that's going to be very useful, this one called subdivision surface. So what this does is it subdivides the model, but it also kind of rounds off the profile. So if I click on it, you'll see immediately it turn into this kind of weird ball.
Oh.
So that's what subdivision does. And if I go to edit mode, you can see the original shape there. But if you want, you can also adjust it so that you can actually see, you know, your model, like your original mesh kind of shrink wrapped almost onto the new shape. That makes it easier for you. And you have a few options here. So this is like levels. This changes just how many subdivisions you have. And there are separate ones for viewport and render. But you know, you don't have to, doesn't have to match necessarily. It just depends on how round you want it.
So I'm pretty sure most people at home will already know this, but just so I'm sure, viewport being what we're looking at while we're editing here, and
so
render what gets sent out.
Exactly. So you might be able to see it, hopefully. Let me just set up this scene real quick. I think there's a light in here. Yeah. Because if I render without a light, I don't think it will work. But if I render an image, and I don't know if it will show because it's in another window. Oh, it doesn't. Great. Thanks, Discord. I change windows real quick, and if I switch to my render, you will see that it's looking much rounder now on the render. But in the viewport, it is still this kind of like more chunky shape. And that's because the subdivision levels are not the same between the viewport and the render. So that's kind of like the big difference between them.
Gotcha.
So obviously you want to keep it low in viewport, you not like slow down your PC too much.
Yeah.
And but you don't have to necessarily like use it, because what you can do is you can apply the modifier, and that will make the change like completely final. And now my model is like, I can actually go in and edit each face, which is not something that I can do while the modifier is not applied.
So how did you finalize that change?
So you go in the modifier thing, and you will see like a bunch of icons right next to the name. And then you click the arrow, and there's one that's called apply, and that will bake the changes into your model.
The arrow beside the camera? Oh yeah, okay.
You can't apply them if you're in edit mode. Just so you know.
Okay.
But yeah, this does mean you won't be able to, you know, if you want to make changes, it will be a bit more difficult because you have more geometry to deal with. So it's recommended you kind of build your model you have to modify that low poly mesh you've got,
Mm-hmm.
and that will affect how the geometry looks. So you can see I'm kind of squishing it by doing that, and I can kind of model it in any way I want.
Yeah.
And then what I can do is use the loop cut tool, and that will let me create, edge loops. And as I add more geometry, it's gonna help me, define the shape a little more. So if you have like two edge loops that are really close to each other, they're gonna appear sharper, because what the modifier is doing is it's just making those same loops that I am, but always in the middle, and it's gonna try and see like what's the shortest curve between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And so because those points are very far apart, it's gonna make a very big curve. But if I make an edge that's very close, the points are very close too, so the curve is gonna be a lot tighter, and that's how you get those like you can get kind of like a rounded rectangle effect, basically.
Yeah. Almost like a chamfered edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That gives us a very different look to, I guess, going in and building something that's quite almost like a little bit more of a a natural shape, a flowing shape rather than the
you can do some pretty curvy shapes with that. Something I would recommend is, given the art style we're going for, is trying to keep the same maybe philosophy of building it out of primitives.
Yes. Yeah. So how would we? Is there a way to bring those shapes in? Or
yes. So I'm gonna delete this cube, which is not really needed anymore. So up on the toolbar, you will see there's like a button that says Object Mode, or in your case, it would be Edit Mode. You might want to switch back to Object Mode. By the way, I don't know if you know the shortcut, but you can press Tab to do it. So
great.
if you have an object selected, you can tab in and out of Edit Mode.
Good to know.
So while you're in Object Mode, you can go to the Add menu, and then you'll have a list of all the things you can add. I have an add-on enabled that lets me add more objects, but you should still have, those at least.
Monkey.
Yeah, that's how you add a monkey. One thing that's kind of important to note is, so when you're in object mode and you add an object, it's gonna add an actual object. So there are two separate objects.
Okay.
If you look in the outliner, which is in the top right of your screen, you will see that there will be multiple objects listed if you were to create two of them.
So if I went in here and I made a circle as well, there is now cube and circle as two separate.
Exactly. But if I select this cube and I go into edit mode and I do the same add thing and I add like a torus, that's going to be added to the mesh. So it's still in the same object, but I'm adding like new geometry to it. But my outliner doesn't list it. I'm basically just adding new geometry to
an existing object. So to do that, you selected it, and then you went.
I selected the object and went into edit mode.
So
when you add geometry in edit mode, it's going to be added to your object.
Gotcha.
So that's something you need to watch out for.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you're in.
Maybe, I think it would be best to like keep everything separate to make things easier. So now you can see it's all one object. It all moves at the same time. It all scales at the same times and stuff.
Gotcha.
While we're in shortcuts, I think maybe it's good to learn some of the most common shortcuts.
Okay, let me get a piece of paper.
Yeah, you can absolutely use the gizmos if you want. Those are a very nice visual way of doing things. But there are a couple of shortcuts that you might want to know to make things like super easy, like super fast.
Okay, pencil and paper obtained. Sorry to interrupt.
No, don't worry. So the first one is the move tool, which is G. And if you press G, it will let you move in any direction. And then you can lock it on an axis by pressing X, Y, or Z. So if I press X, now it's constrained to the X axis. If I press Y, it's constrained to the Y axis.
But let me just give this
If
a
I press...
quick
Yep.
go. Okay, so it's free move. Now I'm pressing X on the keyboard.
Yep.
Y on the keyboard.
In fact, if you look at the bottom, it actually shows you all the shortcuts. So for example, there's one that says Shift X, so that's the X plane. So that will let you move along that plane. So it can move along Z and X, but it won't be able to move like along the actual axis. It's only on the other two axes. So that's also useful. For example, if you had like a wall here and you want to position something along that wall, then you would just have to press G and Shift X, and it will just move like this.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's G. The second one is R, so that's rotate. And it's basically the same story, right? It lets you rotate based on like the angle of the camera if you don't press anything. But if you press X, Y, or Z, it will let you rotate along any of those axes. You can also hold down Shift on any of these shortcuts, like where you're moving, resizing, or anything. You can hold Shift to get very precise movements like this. So like it's rotating very slowly now. And you can also... I thought it would let me... Oh, I guess it's not anymore. I recall having like shortcuts for snapping along.
Yeah. I'm
different
surprised that
angles.
that isn't like a default behavior, because when I started rotating, I was expecting it would give me like, precise angles. Maybe that's something you need to toggle somewhere. Because to be honest, I would much prefer to rotate
It's control. There we
go.
go. For some reason it wasn't working, or maybe I was rotating too slowly and it wouldn't work. So yeah, it will snap in like 5-degree increments. So
And is there a printout of what angle you're... Oh yeah, top left angle.
Yeah, it's top left, yes.
Nice, okay, that's really useful.
And the last shortcut is S, and that's just for resize. And again, along any axis you want. And it uses the same control to snap it in increments, shift to be more precise, etc. And if you need a reminder at any point, feel free to look at the bottom bar because it lists all the shortcuts.
So that
AR-wise, it's me, Voxy, the banana bunny.
So hold control when rotating to snap, and then that last one was
to snap or any in any tool. It's not just rotate. So G is move.
Yep.
R is rotate.
Yep.
S is scale. In any of those modes, you can press X, Y, and Z to constrain to that axis. And in those modes, you can also hold down Shift for precision mode and Control for snap mode.
Perfect. Very nice.
So that will let you manipulate objects a lot quicker.
Grand. Super Sad Avocado, hello. ASCII the Protogen, hello. Always, hello. Voxy is showing me the ropes. Some very important shortcuts. Blender. Nice. So yeah, those tools will make manipulating those shapes a lot easier. So one thing that I considered, and I mean maybe this is not an easy answer, but would it make sense realistically to perhaps use like a reference image, a front-on reference image for the models created in Paint 3D and rebuild them from scratch using the primitives? Because am I right in thinking the models are incredibly heavy from Paint?
They are, yeah. The thing with Paint 3D is that the objects have a very high polygon count, which is why it gets so laggy when you work in it, because it has to render all those polygons. And Whereas here in Blender, you have the benefit of being able to work with a lower poly thing. So like if you look at my sphere, you can see the individual faces, and you can at any point, do the old like subdivision surface, and it will look a lot smoother. And if I right click it, I can also make it change the shading. So right now it's flat, so it won't show like it will show the individual faces. But if I click on auto smooth, then it will just become a nice smooth sphere like so.
Which will mimic the look of those very high poly.
Sphere. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, here's what I think I'm gonna do. I mean, I guess most of the stuff that I will be building will be using those primitives, but I do also want to try and get a sense for just like navigating and manipulating this basic shapes too, just to kind of familiarize myself with Blender. So I think what I might try and do, and maybe you can guide me in the right direction.
Okay.
Do you know how if for some reason I was trying to make a boot?
Yep.
This kind of looks a bit like a duck or a goose or a swan body shape to me now. So maybe I'll try and do that just using the tools that you've taught me.
Yeah.
It will look awful because it's a first attempt.
It will be wonderful. I'm sure of it.
So my gut tells me here, although you talked about the complexities of like subdividing faces more and more, and the challenges that come with that. If we want to get a neck coming out of here, we're probably going to have to cut this in half and then do the
I would
inset face.
I would actually cut like in that beveled edge on the left. I think that would be a nice place for his neck to come out of.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Nice idea. Okay.
You could extrude it. Unless you want to cut it first. That's totally up to you.
Cut it in which?
Because like it's very wide.
Yeah, it is.
So you wouldn't necessarily want to have a neck.
So maybe we would want to inset here?
You can inset. Yeah, if you... I was about to suggest using the loop cut.
Okay.
Cool. And I want to bring your attention to the top toolbar where it says number of cuts. Currently it says 1, so it will always make a single cut down the middle. But if you put something like 2, it will give you those faces.
Right.
So now you have a face in the middle that you can extrude.
That makes a lot. So that is a function within Polygon Studio, and that I was looking to see where that number of cuts is. I just didn't see it. That makes a lot of sense. Nice, thank you, Voxy. So now we could just...
You could just extrude it. Like this.
Okay. Fantastic.
You've got a little tank.
Yeah. Some treads down here. I kind of feel like it should come out of the top. I know that it's not anatomically correct, but I feel like it should be very upright, like a little toy duck.
You can do that. You would just need to make another cut.
And I'd probably want to increase the number of cuts,
you don't have to, because like you're only gonna add it to one side, so you can just make it 1 again. And if you click and hold, you might want to undo that just so. So if you hold the mouse button when you click, you can drag your cuts.
Very useful. Okay, man, these are very, very handy tips.
There we go. You'll notice that if you look at the side here, it will actually try to follow the profile of your outermost shape. I'm gonna quickly see if I can have it change. I believe there's a way to change that behavior, but I'm not quite sure.
Would you advise generally having that behavior in the default state or ignoring the...
I don't think it would cause us trouble, but I just want to do a quick sanity check, really.
While you're looking for that, I'm just going to read a couple of messages from chat. Choop says, I want to see a low poly indie game by Dom at this point. I crave it. Man, one day, Choops, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did find it. So
Okay,
if
nice.
you create a loop cut, you can press E while you're doing the whole holding thing.
Okay, one.
You don't have to select, by the way, it will automatically detect. So if you press E, that turns the even mode off. Or on, should I? No, off. And now it will just be like a completely straight edge. Oh, wait. I guess not. Ah, right. Yeah, it's doing it's being a bit weird. You have to play around with the E and F keys, basically. So if even is on, it's good, but then you can press F and it will change, I guess, which edge it's trying to reference.
Ah, okay, yeah. Oh, look at that, it's kind of sticky.
Yeah, it's yeah, because your edge is kind of crashing into the one on the top and it can't go any further. So
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
But I guess it's fine. Like
Food
if
for
you
thought.
really, if you find that you need it to be like everything needs to be parallel. Ooh.
Yeah, then it could be.
You could actually just select these edges and scale them on one axis, and this will kind of bring them in.
Yes.
Because you can scale just individual edges and points.
Right, so if I came in here and then just... Oh, not that. Oh,
You had it selected.
like this, and then...
So if you hold Control and... Is it Control or Alt? I think it's Alt that will let you select the whole loop. If you hold Alt and then click on an edge.
Okay. Ah, nice. Great. Another very, very useful.
Yes, that's how you select loops. And then you can press Z and then Y because we want to scale it along the Y axis.
Oh, that...
Oh.
Dead brought up shading for...
It's S, sorry, not Z. And then you can constrain it along the Y-axis.
Yeah.
And then if you press 0, it will just even it out.
Oh, look at this. How do you keep all these
Perfectly
shortcuts in the old noggin?
It's a force of habit. Just keep in mind that you can type a value when you're in any mode, and it will basically transform by that value.
Okay. So here, if I select this and then press... not S, hang on. Selecting the entire loop. Hang on, I'm going to write these down because I'll forget.
Okay.
So...
Selecting the loop is Alt. You hold down Alt.
Alt. So that was like Alt and click, was it? Or...
Yeah, you have to hold Alt and you click on... there we go. You have to select one first and then hold Alt while selecting the other.
Okay, and then it was S, but we want to constrain it on...
On the... This time it's going to be on the X-axis, because like you can see on the top right is like this axis reference.
Yeah.
So that can help you kind of figure out...
Nice. Okay, right again. So, Alt again.
So select an edge first and then hold Alt. And
right.
It will select the entire loop once you go to select the thing.
X and 0.
Yep, perfect. Now it's like perfectly like even. And,
yeah. Which I think, if I was making something very low poly, would be a very useful thing to do. Amazing.
Hey JD.
Yeah.
Looks like you're building a battle bot.
Gonna be a battle goose soon. Yes. That was. Let me just make a note. That was Alt, then F, then brain.
So to select the loop, you select an edge, then you hold down Alt, and then you click the next edge in the loop, and it will select the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. This will let us go wacky, but we're gonna be on the Y this time. Oh no, sorry.
It's already fixed. This one.
Yeah. This one is not though. Good.
Yep.
Alt. Long. Nice. Then going to S again, and
like you can see, it's letting you make shape adjustments. Like this.
Yeah, if we don't
like,
constrain.
Yeah, you can make it like kind of bulger or shrink it. You can make some pretty interesting shapes with this.
Neat. But for now, we're gonna go Y, and we're gonna go 0 just to... Sweet. And in fact, what I want to do here is I want to move this along a little bit just to give us.
You can also use the arrows if you want. So that makes it. Oh.
Ooh.
Huh. I guess there were 2 of them.
This is getting out of hand.
Might be a good idea to click that icon that's right next to the symmetry thing that you found earlier. That's
this one here?
auto merge. Yeah, so and it will automatically merge any vertices that are like super close to one another. Which is good because sometimes if you have overlapping edges, it will mess things up.
So if I do that, yay, nice.
Now they are completely merged.
Beautiful. Okay, great. Oh no.
Oh, it didn't? Oh dear. That's fine. What you can... Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it didn't crash into the rest of the loop. That's fine. You can select... I think it's only like one vertex that's causing issues.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into like vertex select, like right now you're in edge modes and you can go into vertex mode. You can select that one and just mash it into the other.
Weep. Reckon that's done it? It has.
Yep.
And weep. Nice. Okay, so let's fix let's fix this. So back into edge select. Alt. Okay. And now if we S and constrain to Y and press 0, and then I should just be able to move this forward and back.
Yep.
Good. Okay, so let's get roughly a shape that we need here, and then I'm gonna try with face select.
I think the other side just broke again.
Oh, am I doing something wacky by accident? In which case,
I think you can like, oh, yeah, it's kind of messed up. I think you can just select that and press delete. Oh,
okay. Let me try that then.
Press delete, and there's one option that says dissolve vertices, and you just click that. It will just erase it.
Cool.
But because if you were to delete that vertex instead of dissolving it, it would delete like the edge that it's part of as well, and it would make a hole in your model.
Yeah. Okay, so currently just by pulling it up, we're gonna get a very beefy neck.
But there is gonna be one problem with that. You can do it again just so I can kind of explain what's going on. So if you look at that, those like side on the front, like those side faces.
These ones?
Yeah, those will be non-planar because the points are aligned in such a way that it can't really make a straight like face. It's like there's a cut in the middle, and you want to avoid that because that will cause issues with subdivision, with shading. So generally you want to try and avoid that as much as you can.
So a way that could be resolved, I suppose, would be to if there was like a... Oh no, I was gonna say if there was a
Hmm?
new edge along here, but then I
Yeah.
guess we'd also need one here too, right?
No, because oh, that's a good question actually. I do think breaking it into 2 triangles will help.
Yeah. Although I think I don't even want to do this. I think what I actually want to do is
No, you
extrude.
wanted to just extrude it. Yeah.
But
This was just a problem if you were going to.
Yeah. It's
just
definitely a
straight
good time to address it.
Yeah.
So. Great. Perfect. Hey Clyde, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we were just talking about, or Voxy was explaining to me. Voxy is with me at the moment, and was explaining what would be the issues with that. It was kind of a little learning moment.
So what Clyde is referring to is called an n-gon. So, so you have a triangle that has 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
You have a quad that has 4 points. An n-gon is any shape, is any like face that has like a different number of points.
Ooh. Which would have been those ones on the front, or is there something else here?
No, I can't see one. I can't see any n-gons. Generally, you want to avoid them. You want to work with triangles or rectangles, quads, quadrilaterals.
Yeah,
I think is the word. So that you have that. That's fine. But like, imagine if you had like a cylinder. Actually, I can show that right now.
Yep, a little bit.
So if I were to make like a cylinder like this, and I go into edit mode, you can see that this face here, it's one single face. And because of how it's built, it has like lots of points that make it up. And that's what we call an n-gon. So generally that's not recommended, but that's fine. Because when you create a cylinder, by default it will give you that kind of n-gon top. But if I were to click on this menu that popped up, it actually lets me change like how it fills those two ends. So I can either do nothing for a hollow one, n-gon for a single face, or a triangle fan for like this kind of result.
Which would probably
that will basically make a point in the middle and just connect it to the vertices.
That would probably be more desirable than...
Yeah, and which also means you can do like a cone and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is neat.
Don't tell GBG.
GVG could never.
I'm progressing.
Let me see that. Oh yes, look at that.
So hang on, if I do Z symmetry here, that will pull them. Oh no.
No.
How do I do it? Sorry, go ahead.
So the way symmetry works is it works across the entire object.
Right.
And it will only work if your model is already symmetrical.
Okay. Is there a way to
like
pull
right
in a
now,
symmetry line?
I think by default it's just the center. I don't think there's a way to change it. What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to you could just scale it.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it does look like a submarine now.
Nice. All right. So I guess am I right in thinking it would be quite easy to kind of build yourself into a corner? Like if you didn't plan out how, so like if I suddenly was like, oh, actually I want to have this be way more faceted than the neck, for example, be way more faceted.
Yeah.
That would be hard to then go in and...
Well, if you use the subdivision modifier, it would get more faces.
Right. But that would apply to the entire thing, right?
It would, but usually that's kind of what you want to begin with. But, if you really want to add like more edges, you can use the bevel tool, for example.
So you would go...
in edge mode. And you would just select the edges that you want to... if you hold shift, you can select multiple. There we go. And then you would go in and use the bevel tool, which is the one. There we go. This one. Yep.
Is that Control B, the shortcut for that?
Control B. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's very sensitive.
Oh, look at that though. So it's interesting the way that it's kind of applying.
It will
to
try and build some geometry to kind of not break the model.
Right. Okay, so I can do that.
So
but that's worth
really
noting the ways that you could
yeah.
or should approach the friction of. Nice. Okay.
Oh yeah, applied also brings a very good thing. Is if you want to subdivide an edge, like just add points along the edge, not necessarily make a whole loop.
Yep.
You can right-click the edge, and there's a subdivide option.
Perfect.
And it will actually turn it into 2 edges.
Yeah.
And if you click on that little menu that popped up in the bottom left corner, it actually it's giving you like the actual number of.
And can you prevent it from making n-gon? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like when you do that, because like what you're doing right now is adding more points along that edge.
Yeah.
So it means the faces that are connected to it will become like n-gons.
Yeah.
But if we're by unchecking that, it will automatically try and connect it to like make new triangles.
Yeah. Which is a nice thing to consider.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing that willy-nilly, I suppose. Cool. Okay. So is this gonna be? Is it okay if I like click this and then just
absolutely
play around with that's not creating any additional?
No, it's as long as like all the points are aligned in one axis, it's fine.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're just like shearing the rectangle instead of like completely breaking it.
You can do quite a lot with really limited.
The only like problem that may arise is when you change points along different axes. So like if you were to select the top 2 points that connect the beak to the head and try and move them inwards, then it will create like weird non-planar faces.
Inward being
no longer
like this way?
No, like if you were to
them.
move one inwards or scale it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, you can see how the like the face kind of breaks like this.
Yeah. And I guess the solution there would have been like
a triangle to try and
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Hey Arch, welcome to the stream.
No wonder blocky games are already easy. Applied. So Applied says, one thing I hear a conflicting opinion about are using triangles in a model. It is true that usually it's preferred to use quads, so like 4-sided shapes. Although, triangles are sometimes necessary to help with, for example, like if you look at professionals like at Pixar and stuff, their models will have like sometimes triangles because it helps deform the mesh better when they want to animate it. And if you were to use this in a video game, it will be turned into triangles anyway, because graphics cards are just better at rendering triangles than like quads.
Oh, so that's something that a game engine potentially would do.
Yeah, it would automatically do it because, of course, a quad is basically just 2 triangles that meet at the hypotenuse, basically.
Right. I'm making a goose, not a hippopotamus, Voxy. Come on, get with the program.
It's adorable.
Ooh, this looks like a heron or something.
I love this little dude. It's great.
This would not have been possible without your many tricks.
We would have something even better, I'm sure.
Would have still been making a shoe. Arch says, this isn't a Polygon Studio stream, but it's close enough.
Yeah, this is like Polygon Studio, but
Deluxe.
for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the silly goose we keep hearing about. That's it. That's the goose.
This goose is about to get a serious clip.
Uh-oh.
You ready? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's a pelican!
Right, so another thing I need to bring your attention to. Right now, it will only select what it can see. So if there's any occlusion, it will not be able to do that. To fix this, you need to use something called X-ray mode, which is on the top bar. You can see. Do you see like the icons with the circles?
Yes.
There, toggle
Yeah.
X-ray or Alt Z if you need. And that will let you see through. And now you will be able to select everything.
Out of interest, does that mean I can, like, okay.
Yeah,
no.
you can select faces through other faces.
Whoa, that's wild. That's too powerful.
Other shortcut time. Press A to select everything at once.
Perfect. Yeah. Very nice.
Hey, Disco.
Disco, Voxy is an excellent teacher.
Thank you.
Many times over, Voxy has.
Arch says no mirror modifier. We'll get to it. I'm sure. Do you want to learn the mirror modifier, Dom?
I do, but I want to do this glow up real quick.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna get legs.
Uh-huh. So I'm thinking we probably want to do one more loop through here.
Yeah.
And then we probably just want to pull these old leggies down. We'll go face, we'll go in extrude. Oh, shift click. E.
Yes.
Oh, it's kind of chunky.
Grape juice. Is the camera always stuck to the same place? So if you use the middle mouse button, you will be able to orbit, which you've probably seen. If you hold shift while you use the middle mouse, you will be able to pan.
Oh, I love to
And if you
pan.
hold... and if you hold control, you can zoom in and out.
Roll. Ah, okay. But I can just do that with the middle mouse as well, right?
Yes. And another feature that might be useful when you're modeling is if you click, you know, the gizmo on the top right that shows you all the axes.
Mm-hmm.
If you click one of those, it will automatically bring you to that view in orthographic mode.
Yeah.
Which means there's no perspective. You get a flat view of your model, which is very useful to see the proportions.
I love orthographic view in anything.
You can toggle it on or off. So those controls I mentioned, you can also use the buttons that are right underneath the gizmo. These are basically just the same controls, but you know, just more accessible. For example, if you're using a touchpad on the laptop, you don't necessarily have a middle mouse button or anything, so this can be useful. Accessibility is important, you know.
It's true. You can't pan around. Oh, you can. I was good. All right, I want these legs to be skinnier. So I guess maybe what I should have done is before I extruded them, is let's do that loop select here. You taught me before, so we'll select an edge, and we'll press Alt, and we'll press S, and then we want to be on. It's wearing a life preserver on the Y, and then 0 to straighten that. Oh, yes. Okay, and then I shouldn't have deselected that. I was too excited, but it's fine. So S again.
Being excited is good. You don't need to scale it anymore. You need to move it now.
I need to move it. Yes. Yeah. So let's make these Or yeah, I guess I could slide these as well. Don't want them to be squarish. Or
don't forget you can use the bottom view if that's gonna make it easier.
thank you. So yeah,
I think what you could do is just start with like this thickness. You know, just make it a bit
taper
square.
down.
Yeah, taper it down.
Yeah,
exactly.
nice. Okay, so let's select that, move it.
Or like you extrude it a bit, then you inset it, so it does like this kind of like
yes.
chunky bit.
Yes. Oh, Voxy, what a shout. Okay, so cool. So now we're gonna face. Probably don't want to.
Yeah, it's gonna make there we go.
Let's go about that much. It's a little it's a little little.
I don't know
fluffy.
what those are called exactly, but like they're very good.
Powerful thighs. That's what they're called,
Yeah.
Voxy. So yeah, we're gonna inset with I.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
It's gonna be so
nice.
good. E.
Excellent.
It's got those SpongeBob shorts. That's what it's got.
Arch asks, is this a silly goose or their cousin, the cheeky goose?
Oh, this is the
Now, Dumb's the silly goose. Mustard's the cheeky goose.
and confirm. This is the sensible heron.
Yeah.
This heron's got a respectable job.
Yes.
Disco says, has Dom used this software before? I'm surprised he's already doing so much after just an hour. Disco, at the end of this, you should go and check the first 30 minutes of this pod. Hey.
2 hours. Oh, I'm gonna have to maybe show you how you can do like the little 3 fingers, I guess.
Ooh, okay. So let me do my loop, and then
yes,
and then we'll have a look. So, can I loop 2 limbs at the same time?
I don't think so. Not without symmetry.
Okay, let's get symmetry on.
You would need to be on the y-axis, I think.
Perfect.
Oh no, x, because like
X.
it's along the x-axis.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
Hopefully it should work.
yes, it did. Okay.
Yes, nice.
So if I
Leafy bell.
Oop. How do I shift this along here again? I forget. Oh, it's just dragging,
hold
isn't
down.
it?
Yeah, you click and drag. Is it? Oh,
Okay, I got it.
leg's gone. Is it actually doing on both sides? I can't really see.
Let's have a try.
Yeah, you probably have to commit to it before.
No, it's not.
Well, I guess then it's time to teach you the ways of the mirror modifier.
I'm ready.
So, first you want to do a mean old cut right in the middle. You want to slice it in half.
Oh no, I've become attached to this creature.
Don't worry, we will recover it.
Okay. Voxy, I'm just going to take this moment to just quickly do one thing though,
Okay,
which I should have done before.
right. Yes!
Now we're talking. Okay, so mean old loop straight down the middle.
Yeah, like if you were to slice someone, like there we go, like this.
Perfect.
Exactly. Now you want to go in the front view.
Bam.
There we go. And now go into X-ray mode, because we will need to select stuff. And now I want you to select all the vertices on one side. It can be any side you want.
Should we be concerned about this?
It's fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay, I'll just pretend it's not there. Select all the vertices on one side, like one
I
outer.
would probably select the side that doesn't have that weird edge. So go into vertex select and into like the selection tool.
Yep.
And then you can click and drag to make a selection box. So you don't have to select every vertex.
Nice.
Yeah. You can just like do a big old box from like one corner and just stop at the it will be faster, I think. So like just drag a box over like the entire
Got you. One
left
half. Yeah, okay.
and
Like
stop just short of the yeah, because it's you will probably have to zoom in maybe to get the beak because it's kind of close. Yeah, the loop cut is already in the middle arch, don't worry. We've done some slicing.
Okay, is that
I think so. You can press delete.
delete?
And delete vertices, like not dissolve. Vertices up, first option.
Thank you. Oh no!
Okay, so now it's sliced in half. And
Like a Damien Hirst piece. Okay.
yeah. So now you have modifiers. You can add a modifier by clicking the modifier button.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We should have deleted the
bad half.
one on the right.
Let's do it.
Oh, but that's fine because like you can actually go in and select that edge.
Look at it. What's it doing in here? How did you get here? Look at that
little edge.
It's a cheeky edge. We wouldn't have seen. This is the Trojan goose, and there is a cheeky edge found its way in, rolled up to our gates. Okay. Oh, I tried pressing backspace. I don't know why. Delete key and delete edge. Bam, gone.
Okay, so now we're ready to apply the modifier. You just go to add modifier.
Do I need to select this first? Sorry.
No, because you've already selected the object.
Okay.
And you go into mirror, which is the second column, and
got it.
Under math. And look at that. Turn on clipping. The checkbox that says clipping. This means that if you were to, for example, pick a vertex on the right and move it all the way to the left, it would actually stop at the symmetry axis. It would not go over to the other side.
Gotcha.
So it will just crash down the middle.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. And merge is already on, which is good. That means if you bring two vertices together, they will automatically merge. And you've got a mirror duck. And as you might have noticed, any change you made to one side will reflect on the other.
Okay, so let's test that theory. Not that I don't believe you, but...
if you want to see the... yep, there we go.
It's good. Can confirm it works.
If you want to see those edge lines, those wireframes on the other side, click on the icon that's right next to the name of the modifier. The one with the triangle and the 3 points.
I probably don't because I might forget which one is which.
Right. Okay, that's
I think
totally
this
fine.
would be helpful too.
Yep.
So now we can go back. Thank you, Voxy, and
no problem.
Yeah, that was wonderful. So we now have our mirror duck as you promised, and let's just bring this down to the flourish for now, and then let's try that loop cut again.
This is looking like a Katamari model, says Arch. Yes, 100%.
That is
absolutely
the highest praise. Okay, so now I can confidently
make a cut to make. Yes, exactly.
Bam.
Hey, nice. Look at that.
So if we try just extruding this edge to begin with.
Not the edges of face.
The face.
You're in face select mode. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
I love the fact that the cursor wraps around. Perfect.
Oh, those are some long toes.
Okay, so let's go.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So let's try and make them like a little triangle shape, which is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is you want to select those two edges on the side, right? Those faces, sorry, not edges.
Faces.
Like the faces that are on the, there we go, like at the ankle. There's one on each side.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So you want to extrude them out a little bit.
Ooh, sorry.
Oh, I guess you'll have to do it one at a time then.
Yeah.
Or Unless
Oh, is it because I'm on X mirror? And
no,
should
that
be.
won't do anything. That's for the whole model. You
Yeah.
don't really do that kind of symmetry. Okay, press E again.
Okay.
And then press N.
Nothing. Ooh. Oh. Okay, no, sorry.
Okay, that extrudes along normals, but did you press N? when
I
you
did,
extruded?
yeah.
Oh, that's odd. I thought it would just. Oh! I think I know. So up top, in the middle, there's something that says global and stuff. Those
Yep.
are some tools. The right directly next to it is going to be useful. So the icon that's right next to it, it changes like the transform points of stuff. You want to choose individual origins. We'll try that.
Okay.
And then if you try the extrude again, maybe it will work this time.
Sorry, misclicked. Okay, let's try. Hey.
Nice. Yeah, so you want to extrude them just a little bit. There we go. And then you want to rotate them, those faces that you made. And you want to rotate them along the Z axis.
If I hold down Z while I do this?
Yeah. You can use the yeah,
Begin
because
board.
you're using the gizmo, you can just click the
Oh, but
they're
that's...
rotating at the same time. I think you'll just have to rotate one at a time.
Okay, let's do that. Undo, and then deselect, reselect. I can look at my cheat sheet here, so I need to hold down Control. And then let's go like 60. You think?
Yep,
Or do I want to
60.
go completely forward?
No, you don't want to go completely forward. You want to have like this kind of like
Yeah, splayed.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, okay. And then we'll do the same here.
Yep. And then you want to extrude those faces.
Okay. This bird has sensible feet, says Arch. Very sensible bird. Very sensible. Okay, I'm doing it. Yes. Oh, so they are colliding if I extend too
They are
much.
colliding, so yeah. And you have
Look at this.
bird feet.
Look at this bird. Bird's got feet.
Yeah, so one thing that's gonna be super useful is the ability to rotate individual faces, individual edges and stuff.
Yeah.
That will let you create some very interesting shapes.
Nice.
Because if we sum up what we did, what you did right now, you just extruded a bit, you extruded a couple of other bits, you rotated them, and you extruded them again, and it gave you a complex kind of bird feet.
So nice. That rocked. I don't think I would have been able to figure out the logic required there, or the kind of thinking ahead of how. And I guess that's something that comes with experience. With it.
You have to like try and figure out what could be the simplest way to do it.
It actually feels a little too detailed. Like I feel like I should have just done a little like sledge. You know what I mean? Like a. Hang on, let me real quick.
Yeah, it's always useful to learn about these techniques, though.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah. No, I am very appreciative because, yeah, I would not have figured that out. So what would I maybe try? I guess if I was doing this all by myself, I would have just like
selected the faces and just like scaled them, I suppose.
I think I would have done like.
Yeah, I mean, that looks cute as well. It's like actual proper duck feet.
The ankle is upsetting me, though.
Yeah, yeah, you might have wanted to just scale it, I suppose. I mean, it will still do the upsetting, like, ankle, but you would have to kind of fix that manually, I believe.
Maybe if I did, like, face select of both. Oh no, because that'll do the...
Yeah.
That rocks still.
Unless you rotate them and... Oh, but it would kind of mess up the profile of the ankle as well. Yeah, you'll just have to adjust manually, I think. That's the reality of the thing.
I suppose...
Sometimes you will have to do very fine adjustments, edge by edge.
I could try this, right?
Bevel tool. Yeah, you could also bevel it to, I guess, make oh, Dum's making a sandwich, I guess.
Oh, but then its feet will be...
Just like scooping up the sand.
I've built a new kind of duck. Oh no! Okay, let's undo this. All right, I'm gonna redo what you taught me.
Okay.
But I do kind of want the...
Yeah, if you want a wedge, go for it. It's your model. It was really just to teach you something.
Yeah, no, and for that reason, it's extremely useful. I guess I could also do it like this in scale, right?
Yeah, you can totally scale them.
Ooh.
Oh, you're still in individual origins. You want to change that again.
To
Median points.
median.
So that will pick like the center of like the closest center points available.
Oh, I think I know what the solution would be. It would just be to like select this edge and then just bring it up, I guess. Yeah, that feels more duck to me, I guess.
Right.
I don't think this
then
is...
you can kind of bring the top edge down.
Yes! Yes. Absolutely.
Now that's a duck.
What a strange beast.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Okay. What else does it need?
Maybe a little tail, perhaps.
Oh, whip, whip, whip.
Yep.
I think this kind of bird has like a little sort of rabbit tail, you know? A little...
Yeah, I think it just kind of curves up. I mean, I think Leafy Bell is more qualified when it comes to birds. Maybe they can help.
Leafy Bell can lend us some knowledge, perhaps. Okay, let me try this.
Ooh.
I think they do kind of have something like that. Obviously not as... Oops. With a few more faces.
I kind of envision like, you know, it kind of curves, so maybe if you move it instead. Unless that would make
that feels like it's the correct shape. Obviously, we've got a problem here.
Yeah, bit of a problem, but that can be fixed easily. We would just need to move those that point like on the bottom.
That one here.
No, the one on the other side. The one that's like curved inwards. Yeah, this one.
So how do you bring...
Like this. Oh, but then it will kind of cancel what we're trying to do, I guess. Oh no! Undo.
We have a problem.
Yeah, I think the one you were gonna select first was gonna be the right one for this.
Okay, let's try this again. Right, so it's that one that would need to go in, I guess. And is there a way to like snap it to where it needs to go to prevent that?
Unfortunately, no, you can have to play it by ear.
Really?
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
It'd be great if you could like face select and say make this legal. Like...
Wait. Oh, hold on. Let me just do a quick... if there is one, that would be amazing. No, I don't think there's like one that says make planner again.
I like the shape that we got there. Really like...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think, and then...
Yeah, I'm not sure. You just have to play it by ear for now. Maybe
Yes.
I'll might have a look around.
I think that's working. You know what? I think everything's a little too long, though. So... Would I just, like... select... and then...
Don't forget you don't have X-ray mode, so you might not have selected everything.
Oh yeah, look at that. They're right. Yes, 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 yes.
Nice. I would actually suggest doing the same you did. You pull those like outer edges kind of inward to curve it a bit, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Which ones? Sorry, these ones.
Like the yes.
Yes, I did.
That edge.
Yeah.
You could do that on the.
I agree.
The front as well.
I concur. I think we're making dangerous shapes here, Voxy. We're gonna create a singularity.
You might want to select the edge instead, like the those 3 edges that run along the body here.
That one, and
No, like that. Oh, yeah. Like the edge that formed that C shaped when you look at the side, basically.
shall I undo what I just did?
Yeah, because I think you.
Okay.
There we go.
So like,
So you see there are this vertical edge and then
Yep.
the 2 that follow the curve of the duck.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Sorry.
It's okay.
Bring
And
it
then
back.
you can just. Yep.
Look at that. Is that going to cause a problem down at the bottom if I bring it too far? Do you see? Yes, it is.
Yes, it will. So you
Good for
will
that.
have to be a bit careful. There we go.
I'm still concerned about this duck's rump being.
We'll see. Fine. I mean, it's just for fun.
Look at this.
It's adorable. Do you want to? I guess maybe we could try and work on materials next.
Sure.
If you so desire.
Oh yeah. Hang on. Wait. I think the goose has something to say about materials, Voxy. Wait.
Uh-oh. Oh, I that chuckle like when you speak, it's not a good sign.
What do you have to say about materials?
Brace yourselves,
It's
chance.
like a good idea. I thought that would be a little bit more dramatic than it was. There we go. Got a real like new energy.
It looks like it speaks like the adults in Peanuts.
Yes, definitely. Oh, is there a redo? Hang on. Okay.
There is, yeah. It's just turning into a foghorn.
Yeah.
Like,
2 frames of animation is all we need.
yeah. It's the honk button.
Yes. Man, I want to fix. Well, not fix, but I want to just bring this.
Yeah, make all the adjustments you want.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, you're in scale mode.
Yeah.
Dom, you're scaling a one-dimensional unit. It's not gonna do anything.
Okay, whatever.
That
Fine.
looks fine.
Yeah.
That looks fine.
Okay, one last one. It's addictive.
Yeah, I know.
I think we need to loop through here. Things up. Oh wait, no, hang on. That's not how I want to do it. Yeah, I want to. So if I wanted to
No
like
wings. What wings? You don't need wings.
the wings are
They're embedded in the body.
the
you
wings
know?
are definitely here. Okay, so wait. If I was to
Mhm.
Can you add a point along, or sorry, a vertex along a edge?
Yeah. You want to subdivide that edge.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So you would select the edge in edge mode. There we go. Right click, subdivide.
Nice. Guess same again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
Mhm.
I can I select these vertices to make them a edge?
Yeah.
Should I not be doing this?
No, you can do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I don't know the shortcut though. What is it? Maybe J?
Look at that, first try.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Okay, so wait, let me just try one thing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What if I do this now? Okay, nice. Interesting. Why does it not treat these as like a continuation of this? Oh, because we've got...
What's the issue there?
Yeah. I mean, will it let me shift click? It will let me shift click to select
Yeah, you can, shift click.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it will kind of mess up the edge flow there, like the loop. But it's... Oh, I hate when it happens. It's always so terrifying.
Ah, so you see, that's going to cause us some issues down the... Oh, no, that looks okay. Okay, so what was I even doing this for? Oh, I remember. Okay, so I'm going to now...
We've got a non-planar face, like...
that one.
Yeah, the one beneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Shall I divide it? Let's solve it.
I mean, it will still look a bit off, but I think you would just need to bring the vertex on the bottom right corner. There we go. Oh, you want to join them and make a triangle? Yeah, that works.
But that, does it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Triangles are more forgiving when it comes to information. That's the whole idea.
I don't like that area. This area is...
I was just suggesting
Yeah.
that you just move the bottom right vertex
just that
until
one.
it's... Yeah. Try to move it along the x-axis, just slightly outward to kind of correct the shape. Yes, Arch, I showed them how to constrain to an axis, but I guess using the visual tools is also probably going to make it easier as well. Hey, look at that.
That makes far more sense. It's still non-planar, or...
Yeah, it's still non-planar because you have a very straight edge at the bottom, and you have one that's very curved on the top. So it's gonna kind of shear.
So it also needs to come out this way. Oh,
the bottom one would have to come out this way, like the one on the, like that face underneath.
okay.
Like I wish I could just yeah. I wish I had like a laser pointer.
Yeah. It's got to go out.
The one on the right, the bottom right vertex on this polygon, and you just wanna try and bring it, yeah, this axis, and just bring it outwards a bit, and that will fix your non-planar issue.
Okay, that's looking alright. That's looking okay. Okay, so...
It is the duck.
Ooh. What was I gonna do? I know what I was gonna do. I just wanted to give it a little roundness. Back.
Yeah,
Let's...
I think you should still be able to... Oh, you want to do it?
I don't know.
Just move it up, basically.
Yeah.
Those faces.
I'm gonna give it a try.
No problem. That will look good. Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
Nice. Excellent. Wonderful. Yeah, I guess we can learn some materials. Yeah, we can split the... we did try splitting it into triangles, someone, but Dom didn't really like the result.
Yeah. Yes. I guess actually... I think if I brought this one in, that would fix it, right? This vertex.
Yeah.
Or is it just going to make more problems?
So I think for that you might want to kind of try and move it along that edge, you know, because like it's going in this direction, and
like that?
Because it's going at an angle, right? And you just want to try and keep that angle. You don't want to move it along an axis necessarily. For that, you might want to use the planar feature actually. So if you click on the vertex again to bring up the selection tool, you will see little squares on the corners, and that's the planar feature. I think you want to use the blue one and try to basically follow the angle of the that top edge there. Like if you were like imagine I really wish I had a pointer. It would make it so much easier. So like, do you see that vertex on the right side that it's connected to?
That one?
Those form a line. And so you want to imagine that you move the vertex along that line to try and keep the same profile, basically. That should hopefully minimize the amount of distortion you give it.
We're adding more to other faces. I'm gonna undo that because I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand. I understand now what you're. It's all twisted. Hang on, let me think. If I sliced through the middle here.
Oh, that's a lot of slicing.
There's a lot of slicing. Just a bit, dude. It's really easy to make a mess. Huh?
That's the thing when you work in low poly. It's it can be tricky.
I'm also just gonna. Man, I keep getting distracted by. I just want to try one thing.
Okay.
I guess they do this, right? Like,
I don't know actually.
Oh, I thought I had an edge. It's not got a knee.
I mean, you can make one. That's should be quick. There we go. Hey, nice. Ooh.
I mean, I think it was nice when it was just straight up and down. But that's also
that's pretty nice.
Very fun too.
Yeah, it's always nice to experiment with stuff.
Cool. Okay, let's do some material stuff.
Okay.
Got it in
yeah, absolutely. We can go to object mode because that's going to be easier, and disable X-ray. So one thing we should try is select the model, right-click, and pick Auto Smooth.
Auto Smooth.
I don't think you've selected the model.
Apologies.
There we go. Auto Smooth. It's the second option. Shade Auto Smooth.
There we go.
So yeah, what it does is it try to smooth, like it will try to retain like sharp angles, but to change it, you need to go to. Let me quickly do it on my end. You want to click the icon with the triangle and the 4 points on it, like the inverted triangle on the tab menu, like with all the tabs.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking.
It's this one.
Okay. Do I not have?
Have you selected the object?
Nope. That's why I gotcha. Okay. Good shout.
And then you can go into the normals menu, and there's an option called Auto Smooth, and you can try and change the angle. So that's the maximum angle it will try to keep.
That's got a real like. That reminds me of the make this shape smooth in Polygon Studio actually.
Yeah, it's the shading. So like, it's gonna try and pretend that there's actually like a smooth curve between them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're satisfied with that,
more than satisfied.
All right. So you probably noticed a bunch of tabs at the top. These are the workspaces, and these are basically just layouts of like panels and stuff to for different usage. So here we are in layout mode. This is kind of like a general mode. There's one for modeling, which brings up all the modeling tools. The one we're gonna be messing with is gonna be the shading tab. Somewhere in the middle. Ooh.
Give it a sec.
Oh, it's Uh-oh.
We might be down a duck here.
Oh no. I hope not. It shouldn't.
Okay, we're good, we're good.
Yeah, it was loading these shaders, which takes a while. So this is the look, called look dev. Basically gives you a background, some lighting to see the material.
Nice, okay.
So your duck already has a material, which is called material. If you go on the tabs, the one with the circle with the checkerboard on it.
Yep.
This one. So that shows you like the materials list.
Gotcha.
And you can create new ones if you want. You can do anything. Yeah, actually, Arch makes a good point. You might want to save the duck just to be safe.
Oh no, what did I just do?
You turned on orthographic mode.
I did?
Press 5 on the keyboard to...
5?
Yeah, on the numpad.
Weird, how did I turn that on? Okay, let's save the duck.
Yeah. The duck.
The duck. Not really much of a duck, but we'll call it duck. And I'm just gonna save it onto the desktop.
Maybe enabling GPU rendering would help since this go. It should already render with the GPU. So in Blender there are two render engines. This one called Eevee, which is the real-time engine, which is the one we're looking at right now. So this is basically gonna render more like a video game. It's gonna try and look as realistic as it can, but it's not gonna be like 100% accurate to the real world because it's real time. It has to cheat a lot. So it won't have like the most detailed lighting. For example, there's no notion of like ambient lighting or light bouncing. And then but it's good for like fast renders and stuff and previews. And then there's cycle, which is like ray tracing. So it's gonna actually simulate the actual light particles bouncing around, lighting stuff, and that's gonna give you the most photorealistic image you can, but it's very expensive to render.
And is that something that's toggleable on the fly, or is that something that you like set?
Yeah. So this mode that you're in, which is the look dev mode, it's always gonna be using Eevee, but the render view, which is the kind of glossy sphere on the top right.
Up here.
These are your render modes. So this is like, this is gonna be the render view. So this is gonna try and render the scene using your lights that are in your scene. So do you see that circle with like the dotted outline in the viewport? That's kind of above the duck.
This one?
Yeah, that's a light. The Blender gave you a light by default.
Right.
So if you were to go into render view, which you can do from this the screen, there we go. You can click it, and it will render the scene using those lights.
Dramatic duck.
So you can select the lights if you want, and it will let you change all the options. So you can change the color of the light, you can change the power of the light, so that's how bright it is. You can do a bunch of adjustments. A radius will change the size of the light. So a larger light will give you softer shadows. So if you let go, you set a radius a bit high, you can see now the shadows are going to look very soft.
Yeah, more diffused.
Yep, and now they're very light. So that's a pretty neat thing.
Yeah. Cool.
But obviously it's just going to work off what you have in your scene. Whereas the look dev mode, which you were in before, that's not gonna react to the lights in your scene. Instead, it's gonna react to a light map, which you can see on the shiny globe right there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we can play around with some materials now.
Let's do it.
If you select the duck again, so it already has a material assigned to it. And in Blender, the materials use something called shaders. And what you have under like the bottom half is the shader editor. And it's a kind of node interface. So it's like GBG, but for shader stuff.
Okay.
So the one on the right is the material output. That is essentially representing the material box itself. So anything that's plugged into surface will become the outputs that you see on the screen. So if you were to disconnect that wire, there would be no material anymore. It would just become blank.
It's a void duck.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's no material, it doesn't even know how to shade it, because the node that you plugged into it actually tells Blender exactly how light should react with it. But if you don't plug anything, the light won't even be able to interact with your object. So it's kind of like a black hole, essentially.
Makes sense.
So that node is very big, right? There's a lot of options.
Yep.
The one that are going to be, yeah, you can feel free to play around with. I think some of them are pretty self-explanatory. So metallic will make it a metal.
Oh yeah. Cyber duck.
One that you will probably use a lot as well is roughness. And roughness just makes it more or less glossy. So the less roughness there is, the more glossy it is. And as you increase the roughness, it's going to become more matte. I think you will see it easier in the look dev view, because then you can look at the shadow, the reflections. If you were to make it metallic again, yeah, like full on metallic and just play with roughness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a very shiny duck.
Oh, that's a great duck. This is the duck award that I would hand to this duck for being the best duck.
And then you can change the base color, which you have here, and that's going to be the color of the material. And those are basically the most important ones. There are a bunch more, but those are for more like specific materials. So for example, transmission would be if you wanted to make glass. Clear coat would be if you want to make a car. So that's basically gonna add a second layer onto your material that's meant to be kind of shiny. So it's like there was like some kind of polish on top of it, basically, and that has its own like kind of properties. So it's very complex. And one thing you might have noticed is all those options have plugs right on the next. That's because you can plug stuff into them, and you can do a lot with it, essentially. For example, if you were to go to add, so on the top of that section, there's add, you can see there's so many nodes. Bunch of them, and you can do some crazy stuff with that. Go to texture, and I want you to select noise texture.
Got it.
Sit down wherever you want, and try plugging the factor outputs into roughness. So now it will basically give your duck a kind of noisy effect, and you can change the scale of the noise to try and change like how much frequency there is. And so the noise is gonna generate like black and white noise, and so it's gonna reflect on the roughness. So wherever the noise is black, it will correspond to a roughness of 0, so it will make it super shiny. And where the noise outputs 1, it's gonna be super rough and matte.
This looks like a rare holographic duck.
Incredible amounts of stuff you can do.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
how you would do stuff like adding dirt and grime onto stuff.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, you can,
I want it to move like that constantly.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
And another thing you can do is try and assign different materials to different parts of your mesh.
Okay.
So if you go onto the panel on the right, so you have your first material, and you can press the plus button next to it to add a new material, or a
Okay.
new material slot, basically. Because you can have multiple materials inside your project, but this is only the material slots available for your object. So it's kind of a weird model. You can think of the material slots like drawers, and in each drawer you can put different materials, basically.
Gotcha.
So if you then press new, you will be able to create a new material. However, you will not see it right away because that material hasn't been really assigned to any part of your mesh yet. Currently, your model only uses the material slot. So let's try and select maybe select the beak, maybe.
Would I need to do that in layout?
Yes. You can do it in layout if you would like. Just make sure you get the material tab on the panel on the right as well.
So select the beak. And then could I go back into shape?
I don't know if it will keep the selection activated too.
How would you recommend going about it?
You can still click the. You can still use like the different options to preview.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I didn't know we could do that here. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then select that new material you made, material 001, and then you click assign. And that will assign the material to the parts of the mesh that you've selected. So now your peak is using material 001, and it's completely separate from the other material, so you can make it anything you want.
Okay. Uh-oh, I forgot the end. Hang on. Bam. 01. Fine. Good. Okay. So now we go back to, was it shading?
Yeah, shading.
And then make sure
then you have, and then you have your new node, and you can do whatever you want with it.
So we could go like base color could be red, and we could also go metallic, and a little roughness too, but not the same roughness as. Oh wait, bad. Let's go very little rough.
Hey, nice. Check this out. Yeah, Arch makes a good point, which is like that you we're not gonna be dealing with textures, at least I don't think. Texture involve UV and wrapping, and that's something that I myself am not very comfortable with yet.
I feel like every modeler that I've spoken to is not a fan of UV unwrapping process.
That and rigging are my pet peeves, but I get the impression that the art style we're going for doesn't really use textures. Like if you want to add a detail, you just model it and give it a color.
Yeah. So try adding a new assign.
Yep, and now you've got the side material.
Could I, if I just wanted to, so let's just undo this for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, did I undo too far? So, could I now assign this to the feet as well?
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
And now you just have an empty slot that's not doing anything, but you could assign it to any part you want. Or you can remove it. Oh, you can't do much in edit mode when it comes to these.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know why shading doesn't feel like the...
Still in edit mode, so tab out of it and
nice.
There we go.
Sweet. Yes.
Gone.
So we could then just like assign that, make a new one, assign it to like there, and make that a slightly different color if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. The other way would be to UV unwrap and then paint textures and material maps. So, for example, what we did with like the noise, well, we could also paint like different levels of gray on the texture, and that would like convert to a number. Like it will look at the brightness of the pixel and say, okay, this one is low brightness, so it's going to be low roughness. This one is high brightness, so it's going to be higher roughness.
Yeah. Gotcha. I feel like I should put a... oops. I feel like I really ought to put a...
Yeah, it's
right
looking...
here.
Yeah.
So I want to be in edit mode.
Yep.
Selecting these vertices. Is that correct? Vertices
Yep.
here? Context. Yep. Okay. And then...
J to join them.
A to join. Hang on,
That
let me-
will create an edge. Oh, Plight says, I submitted a doc I quickly made in the channel art.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Right. Oh, no, I can't. No, I was about to tab over, but it will break the thingy. I'll
Uh-oh.
take a look once we're
I'm gonna
finished.
take a peek at it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's it. That is a really good doc. Wow. It's so good.
Archas, do we
Man,
have a
so
Blender
cute.
Gang thread yet? I don't think we do. We should definitely have.
Yeah, I don't think we do either. The PlayStation can produce mind-boggling effects. Indeed.
Okay, so this one also needs the same treatment, I think. Am I correct? Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Sweet.
shading fixed. Duck shiny. Hotel Trivago.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Good. This
I
is
wonder
a good
what it
duck.
looks like if you made it completely smooth.
A completely smooth duck? Are you
Yeah.
crazy, Voxy? So if I go into shading,
I mean like the shade, like you can see
Oh.
the face. So,
I do that here.
yep, in
Uh.
normals, and just turn up the angle.
Maximum smooth.
Yep.
That's a high poly duck. That's a PlayStation 2 duck right there. We're moving into the next generation of
You
graphics.
can actually mark edges as sharp, and that will tell the auto smooth to keep them sharp. So if you want to go to edit mode on the duck, and you can select any edge you want, or any loop. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Should I do this?
Just to try, maybe.
Okay.
So you can see the effect.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you right click, you will see something that says, oh, is it not there? Oh, you're in vertex mode. It needs to
Oops.
be in edge
Edge
mode.
mode. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. There will be an option called Mark Sharp.
Ooh.
Now the shading will treat them as sharp edges.
We go back into object mode.
Yeah.
So we've basically undone the...
Exactly. You're telling Blender, okay, all these edges are sharp, so light them without smoothing anything.
Yeah.
So you can control like the sharpness of certain edges
Yeah.
if you wish to do so.
Nice. Really cool. Wait, let's just undo this. I want to fully take in this sequel to Duck.
Super smooth duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Very interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can't. Okay, this is probably not going to be something you're going to use, but I do want to do it because I think it's a wonderful effect. Do you want to make it iridescent, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, because I think you might also learn about a very useful node, which is the, I think it's called, I forgot the name. Oops. Yeah, go back into shading.
That's not shading.
That's sculpting. Sculpting would be fun though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not get into that. I guess the duck body would have the iridescent effect. So first, you want to go to Add and Converter, and there's going to be one called Color Ramp. So that's basically a gradient tool. You can add stops, you can change the color. If you plug the color output into base color, it will make it gray. That's because it's basically gonna pick a color along that gradient and using the factor at the bottom of the node. And right now that factor is 5, so it's gonna pick the color that's right in the middle. But if you were to change the factor, it will actually pick a different, yeah, exactly like
shifts
that.
along that gradient. Okay.
Exactly. So try and maybe set the colors you want for. So you have to click the stop on the gradient, and then you have to click the colored bar at the bottom. It's like that the one that's.
I wouldn't have guessed that was a.
It's a bit strange, yeah.
So let's go like a nice pink and a nice. Can we bring the gold back?
Oh yeah, I think we can.
Okay. And then,
so right now it's kind of like a rose gold.
Yeah.
So to make it iridescent, we're gonna use a node that's called. Can you go to add an input? I will recognize it when I see it.
Yep.
Which one is it?
This is the most dramatic music to find a node to ever, and I guess you can't hear it.
Music,
it is so intense.
Oh, I think it's called. I think it's the Fresnel node.
Aha. Sounds promising.
Yeah, and if you plug the factor into the factor input on the color ramp.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Wait a
So
minute,
now it
I've
should
been tricked. This is just a boring normal duck.
Look, you can see the effect.
Yeah.
So Fresnel is basically gonna return the angle between the camera and the face. So the more extreme the angle is between the camera and the face, the higher the Fresnel value.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, but
No, I think that was a great description, and you can see it at play here. So like
Yeah.
that's a very severe angle. So
a great analogy is when you look at a body of water. If you look at it straight up, you can just see the water. But if you look at it from a grazing angle, you will see the reflection instead.
yeah.
That's Fresnel in action, basically.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of like what this effect is doing. So now you can just customize the colors all you want and see how you can like move the stops around as well, bring them closer to make the effect more extreme. That's gonna like
yes, of course, the stops. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a gradient tool in Photoshop.
Oh, this duck's ready to party. Oh,
Yeah,
weird. Look, if we get it real
Yeah.
Oh, we're kind of making a cell shaded effect, weirdly.
Yeah. HD Dumbbird.
HD Dumbird's not real. Wait, hang on. I want to try something.
More colors.
Oh yeah, we could increase.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like you could have it always paint an outline if you.
You can make them spread them apart. I'm gonna show you how to. There's one that says linear that changed the interpolation between both.
Nice.
If you select constant, it's gonna make very like sharp boundaries. Right now, you have to pull in the one on the right to the left because, yeah. Oh, that is some upsetting shading.
Oh, this is. The duck touched some goop it definitely shouldn't have touched. Hang on, let me.
Oh. Yeah, so it's gonna react to that as well, which is super interesting.
Yeah, there's some wild effects. Yeah.
Yeah, shaders are really powerful. You can see that we're actually like basically changing the colors on the fly, which is super.
Okay, so wait. Let's go. linear. Let's go. What color should we have, Vox?
I mean, we can put as many colors as you want.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you can add stops by pressing the plus button on the.
Get a bit of pink in the middle.
Yes.
Oh, look. Starting to see that green come through at the bottom here.
And if you pull the stops like kind of closer together, it will become more easy to see, I believe.
Yeah. I think it does look good when we
Oh yes, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, it is definitely like a this duck didn't touch goo. It is goo.
It's like petrol.
Yeah, we made an oil slick, but
Oh, that's sad. All right, Leafy Bell. See you later.
look at this duck.
Yes. Yeah, I hope I'm gonna be able to watch that new Puss in Boots movie with Leafy Bell actually.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That came out, yeah, a little earlier this year, right?
Mhm.
I think people have said good things about it.
Yeah, that's and when I saw the first trailer, I really like the animation style as well. It's
I
really
haven't
nice.
seen any even the trailer yet.
Oh, I mean the animation style is good. It's like painterly kind of.
Ooh, nice.
Like, they have like this almost brush strokes in the textures and
Oh,
stuff.
that's really cool.
And they do that cool Spider-Verse thing where sometimes the animation just changes frame rates to emphasize actions and stuff. Oh, I love this duck.
This duck's so good. Okay.
This is the shiniest duck.
Yeah, yeah.
And
All right.
that's a color ramp thing. You can also, for example, put it between the noise texture and the roughness plug. And that will let you kind of adjust the contrast of it, basically.
Oh, wow, that was really convenient.
Yeah.
It just like popped in. I can't work out what's happening here.
So it's looking at the brightness of the colors that you have in your color ramp, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you should make them black and white, so maybe it's gonna
Right.
be easier to show. With a factor type of input, it's only gonna interpret values between 0 and 1. Oh, it's a 2 constant. Bring saturation down. Let's get white again. So S on the letters. There we go.
Gotcha.
And change it back to linear. There we go. And so that's gonna return it to what it was before. There we go. And if you move the stops, basically, it's kind of like adjusting the contrast. So you can crush in the black parts, crush in the white parts.
Right. Oh, cool.
It's basically like a map node on, but for colors. I think that's the best metaphor I can imagine.
Yeah, so we can deep fry this duck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is 100% fried.
Like digital camo.
Yes.
Okay, wait, so let me just unplug this for a sec.
Okay. So that's gonna make it golden again.
Yeah.
So it saves the color you put in, which is neat.
This guy says, where'd the duck go? Oh, but I mean, yeah. It's kind of great
And
as it was.
change the colors as well. So if you don't want the difference to be so extreme, you can make different values of gray as well.
Is
So
it
color
just
won't
to
do
do...
anything.
Right, it's just the...
It's just gonna react to value because, it's basically just gonna be a value between 0 and 1. So you can only store it in one dimension.
Yes.
Of color, basically.
Makes sense.
Where did that go? And yeah, remember, black is 0, so it's gonna be very shiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if we wanted to rough it all up.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, there's one very crucial thing. This may take us away from the shaders for a little bit. Or the materials, excuse me. We need it needs eye.
Oh, it does need eyes.
I realized.
Do you want them to be in the same object?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're already in edit mode. That's good. You can just add a new object. Like I think it would be nice to make it maybe make a sphere or something and just place it there if you'd like. That works too. That's fine.
Sorry.
But I think you scaled it like inset it too much.
Okay, let me try again. I'm just gonna select it. Yeah, I think this would be nice. I think this would be in keeping.
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
need to move it a little. This is allowed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's on the same plane,
Yeah.
right? So it's not going to deform things in a bad way. Okay, now you're no, Dom, please. What are you doing? It's got it's gonna wooga. It's so beautiful, lady duck. Yeah, you can change those points all you want. They are on the same plane, so it won't break anything. So feel free to give it the shape you want. He turned the duck into Dumbo.
I want to make the cutest duck eye you've ever seen just out of a single face. Here.
Yes.
Position, scale, all going to be very important here.
Yeah.
I think I do want to... Oh, wait, hang on.
You want to extrude it, maybe?
I think I might want to extrude it.
Hey, look at that. Adorable.
Oh, you know what Unlimited power.
Yeah, you can do anything.
I guess that's really bad.
Now it's a predator. It's got front-facing eyes. Now it's a predator now.
Target spotted. I kind of love the pointier eyes. That's pretty.
It's scary.
It's quite scary. Maybe I don't want to extrude. Let's try just like this for now.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
And we can do the old material assign like before.
Exactly. Yeah. Just a little.
A bit of roundness, maybe.
I feel like it's maybe
That a very silly goose.
one extraordinarily. Now it really is the Awuka.
Ooh.
This duck does not see. Okay, hang on, wait.
He's looking respectfully.
Yes. Let's work in one dimension to begin with. Yeah, okay. That's about correct,
Yeah, that feels right.
That feels about right. It's okay. That sounds good. So we want to be in
edit mode.
In edge select or face select, and we're gonna make a new one. And make a new one. And
assign it to the faces.
Fine.
There we go. And now if you go into... Yeah, look at that. It's a
nice. And I guess if we were just doing...
Yeah. You can change it all from there.
Oh, it's nice. I suppose...
It's the golden goose. make it angry. Now that's a goose. Oh, make the eyes red. Like just
Oh
bright.
yeah.
Oh. Go into shading. I'm gonna show you something very nice. So beneath there's something called emission, and that lets you make materials that make their own light. So you can make glowy eyes if you want.
Oh yes, please.
So you have emission color, and that's just gonna make it glowy, and you can change the strength as well. If you were to use the ray trace like cycles engine, it would actually produce light.
Wow.
Like physical light. It cannot do that in Eevee though, so it's just gonna appear like it's like Minecraft basically, it's just gonna glow, but it's not gonna emit actual light.
Right. So like these bits that are in shade, we can still see that fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Okay, wait. I want to make. I think the eyes should be really. Metallic. And what does sheen do? What I think it would.
So sheen is used for it's a very specific material property.
Okay.
It's only really used for fabric. Gonna give it some kind of fabricy sheen, like velvet.
Right.
If you've ever like noticed the way like light kind of bounces off velvet, kind of reflective in a way, but in a very specific way.
Look at those glossy eyes.
Yes.
They're wet. It's just like glistening. Okay, so wait. Give it a little bit of roughness. Not so. Yeah. Oh, I noticed there was even a specular tint there.
Yeah, specular. I forgot what specular tint is for.
Does it not change the highlight color, or?
So, because your material is a metal, that's already kind of doing it. I guess it's only when the material is not metallic.
Right. Very happy with this bird, Voxy. Thank you for your guidance. That was
great, duck.
Amazing. Just realized the time here, so I probably should wrap up. Is there any kind of concluding notes or anything else may suggest I look into next?
I mean, as I've said, like I don't think this is gonna be necessary. Like this kind of modeling.
Yes.
Like for Constructopia specifically.
Not at all. Yeah. Like you say, we're
unless
replicating.
For like very specialty objects. I'm gonna have to teach you how to make like the because like in Paint 3D you can make like tubes, like 3D tubes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to maybe, well, first learning myself and then teach you how to do it in Blender.
So that's like where you sort of extrude out a
yeah,
extrude in the non like
not path, basically.
Yeah.
Because you can do path in Blender.
Nice.
Like you can do Bezier curves and all that stuff, and then you can use it for generating a little line, or even duplicating objects along that. Do you want to render the duck?
I was gonna see if it showed anything.
No, because this is only a viewer. If you want to render it, you have to click render in the top left and click render image.
Okay. But is there a way for us to see what the
press
viewport
0
would see?
I was exactly gonna say that. Yeah, on the keypad.
Oh, that's 9. Sorry. Oh no.
Yeah. So to move the camera, in like a useful way. Like, do you want to control the camera like you're controlling this viewport camera?
Sure, that would be good. Yeah.
So press 0, and then you want to press N. That will bring up an additional menu. You want to go into View on the little tabs on the right.
Gotcha.
And lock camera to view, which is in this one, the one underneath. Yeah. And now if you move the camera,
Hey,
like
hey,
yeah, it
hey.
will move the camera. And
Huh.
so the frame represents the actual edge of
Yeah.
the camera. So
Very nice.
kind of like your framing device. And because you selected the camera, it automatically brought up the camera properties. So you can do stuff like change the focal length on the right panel.
Cool, 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 cool.
Zooming, basically, like an actual zoom. Depth of field, yeah. I
Toggle
think
it
you will
on.
be able to see it.
Won't be able to?
Maybe not because you need to set the aperture size, but that's I can't see it because my capture isn't. Actually, I don't think I need my capture anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you.
There it goes, gone.
Right. So yeah, f-stop is like the how big the aperture is open. So that's gonna make it. It's counterintuitive. The f-stop. The lower the number, the bigger the aperture is open.
Yeah.
So a lower number will make it blurrier. And if you go to
There we go. Yeah, I can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, focusing through.
So Blender will actually have a cap on how like blurry each pixel is. And that's something you have to change in the render settings, which is the icon that looks like a camera, like viewfinder. Yep, this one, render properties. And you can adjust basically all the render options. So you can add bloom, so that's gonna add like on the highlights and stuff. You can add screen space reflections if you want your if you want to see like reflections of objects into your duck. And if
so
you
it's reflecting its own feet here, and I guess the bill
exactly.
here.
However, because it's screen space, it will only render anything that is not occluded or off screen. And if you go into depth of field, you can actually change the max size. So that's how like big the bokeh is going to be, basically.
Okay.
That might like the bigger it is, I think the more resource intensive it is. And yeah, there are a lot of like options, like very like specific options for.
Wow. Amazing. That's definitely
Lots
stuff to play around with another day. Okay. What happens if I render this frame then?
It will render what you see as an image.
Arch in chat asks, can you export to Paint 3D? Sorry, from Paint 3D to Blender, I guess is the question. Yes, you absolutely can. Which is how, I don't know whether you've seen it, but how Voxy achieved the play effect on the tutor model. Okay, so
I realize we didn't go into like normal maps and stuff, but that's probably for another time.
Yeah,
I guess we won't need it for Constructopia anyway, but
true. But like this journey, just familiarizing myself with Blender was really useful.
It is. We got a really cute duck at the end.
It's true. How do I now render result?
So right now, like this is like kind of buffered in. So it's you want to go to image and save. Let's do it.
PNG, sure. Let's just call it.
Yeah. Because like basically, Blender will basically store a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of data blocks as it calls it, and that can be images, materials, and stuff. And that will let you basically reference this render as a texture, for example, if you wanted to.
Whoa. Wow, okay. Really
it's like that's an image viewer, essentially. If you had like textures imported in, like you can see the blue.
Yeah.
So if you had textures imported in, you would be able to change to see the texture instead of the render results, essentially.
Gotcha. Where was I able to adjust the... Here it was.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Get a render of that too.
this duck.
I don't know whether I trust this duck. This rounded one feels like it's hiding something.
It is wonderful though.
It
I do
is.
like it.
Man, Voxy, thank you so much for your
You are
knowledge
welcome.
here.
It's been lots of fun.
Really was. I wasn't expecting I'd end up with such a lovely duck by the end of things, and definitely would not have been possible without your kindness.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I could have helped create this wonderful creature and yeah, teach you some useful Blender shortcuts and techniques and stuff.
Yeah, and more than that, just like, you know, teaching me some of those fundamentals in, like,
Yeah.
you know, what any of that terminology means.
Yeah. Also. Yeah.
How do I pop out of this view? Not that I'll. Oh, is it?
So this will, yeah, you can press 0 again, and this will pop you back into the work camera.
Nice. Oh man, Arch, thank you for the GG on learning Blender. As I said, it
Yeah,
wouldn't have been
absolutely deserved.
No, I would still be making that boot.
Deserved anyway.
Cool. All right, let's wrap up here.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed my first
Don't forget to
foray.
save. Don't forget to save.
Wait, hang on.
Just Control S. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah. I will see you on Sunday for our next installment of Fuse 4 with Dave.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna make some amendments to the scheduled stream in terms of some details. We finalized some details so I can give a little taste of what's to come, because it was a very generic kind of placeholder thumbnail to begin with, because I'm very excited for it. Man, yeah, I cannot wait for Sunday. Probably won't see you before then, but I'll definitely be hanging out in the Discord as usual. Voxy, thank you so much.
It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's always
Anytime.
wonderful to hang out with you. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad I could teach you some of my Blender knowledge as well.
Well, I couldn't teach you any Blender knowledge, but it is a treat to hang out.
You taught me that you are very good at modeling.
Hey, Voxy, would you like to send us out?
Absolutely. I like when you do it together. Like
Okay.
I feel like it's appropriate.
Can we do countdown to 3, 2, 1, go?
Yeah, on go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Bye.